What's the haps? I'm John, aka Meroka, and welcome to Spiel. We're in the Coral Phantom Gate this week, which is Beasties. And yes, I know I did Beasties last time, but honestly the gates were kind of limited in choice this week. There was like 2 that were kind of, I think, Beastie-ish, and 2 that were Constructy Gremlin-ish. It seemed like, yeah, not a lot of option in the many things. And beasts are pretty smooth sailing, generally speaking, so hey, let's do smooth sailing, why not? Why the devil not, indeed. So I have returned. I've been away for a little while. Some of you may have noticed that. I've been away for a little bit, and I'm back. I'm back from PAX East. And, I don't know, is this some sort of measure of how you've made this on YouTube? I did get a comment. In spite of my efforts to tell you that I was going to be away, I said on Twitter, I said in Spiel, which is my main vlog format, I mentioned on Patreon to my patrons, and I made every effort to get the message to as many people as possible that I would be away. And I still managed to get a comment that said, "Why is Meroka not uploading videos? Has Meroka died?" God damn it, I tried to tell you. I made many efforts to tell you about the things that I was doing, and that one should not expect videos from me for 8 to 9 days. And someone still went, "Oh god, has he died?" No, it's a holiday. I know I'm purely here for your entertainment. My sole raison d'etre is to make videos for you to watch on a daily basis. But if you don't mind, I do appreciate a holiday, just like the rest of the world. That is a thing. So, yeah, I'm back. Anyway, that was on my Sky Saga video, which does at the very least make me wonder if I'm now gaining a bit of an audience that is less interested in only watching Spiral Knights and actually kind of interested in watching the Sky Saga stuff, which is, if that's true, awesome! Hello, welcome to anybody who's come to my channel for Sky Saga. I like you. You are not going to pester me about how do I earn crowns for the millionth time, to which I will answer, play the goddamn game for the millionth time. So, yeah. Cool. Hi, Sky Saga people, if you're watching this. If you're here for Sky Saga, you may not well be watching this, but, yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to start doing Sky Saga Spiel or something, I don't know. We'll see. At any rate, no plans to change for the immediate future. Don't freak out and panic over that, I'm joking. So, yeah, let's do some Spiral Knights news. Yeah! Because things happened, I guess. I saw a post by Spiral Knights on Facebook or Twitter or something while I was away that was about, like, a celebration. I was like, celebration? Is there a thing happening? What is celebrated? What is being celebrated here? I'm not sure. It might have been the Chinese New Year thing that was kind of happening or something. But I've really not stayed in the loop too well because I was busy checking out awesome things in other countries. But yeah, there is a new prize box in the realms of the Spiral Knights, which is the budding prize box, I believe. Which once I've cleared this little arena, I will gladly show you that promo. But it's kind of a pastel green and pink thing. It's a spring-themed thing because spring is here and snow is melting and whatnot. At least slightly. In the Boston area, there's still quite a lot of it, to be honest. There's a lot of snow around there. A lot of snow. As I understand it, they are literally putting it in trucks and shipping it off elsewhere so that it can be melted down in warmer climates or something. I'm not sure how that works. That seems like a ridiculously logistical, strange thing to do. But snow has melted in the land of Spiral Knights, and such we now have spring things. So let's look at the spring things. We have prize boxes, which do appear to be sold separately. Back to the sold separately format. So Verdant Bloom's budding prize boxes, back to $5 a box, or minor discounts if you buy in bulk, and they look like that color, and that's a horrible color in my book. I would not want to wear that color. But they're there if you want them. And they got bunny ears because spring, why not? And then there's like a couple of new, I think there's a new aura and a new halo, but those are not shown in the promo image because Spiral Knights doesn't like promoting the important things that people would actually be interested in learning in the promo. Eesh, they really need to work on their marketing a little bit, just a little bit. It's not like there's much to do, but just the things that they actually promote could probably stand to actually have some work. Yeah. Anyway, that I believe is the Spiral Knights news for the occasion. I don't think there I think the anniversary's coming up soon. Is that April time, I think? I always forget when the anniversary is for Spiral Knights. I don't feel like anything that would be celebrated would be the anniversary just quite yet. I think that's to come in the near future, but nonetheless. Yeah, there we go. So, I'm going to dance around the issue of questions this week. Normally what I would do in Spiral Knights is take all of your interesting and exciting and wonderful questions and answer them, and you can continue to submit them, leave them in the comments below. That is awesome. I will get to them next week. But for now, obviously I'm just back from PAX. I've just spent 3 days and a bit of setup time and stuff hanging out with devs and checking out interesting and new and awesome games and things, so I kind of want to ramble about that. This will be my typical PAX Postmortem thing. Let me just check. What the heck was this? Was this a... Oh, this is Stone Grove, isn't it? Yeah, this. I had a sneaking suspicion this might be a jelly farm for a moment. It matters not one whit. I have a Shadow Sword that is capable of taking care of jellies regardless, so nuts to you, jellies. Yeah. See? Oh, and I've got my wildfire, so I can check these boxes for anything cool. Boop. Nope, nothing worth grabbing. There's so many tips and tricks on this level. For whatever reason, this level seems to be really conducive to hitting things that do... that one feels almost like that shouldn't happen, but yeah. There's the other bit with the key, which we shall get to the key. But alright, I like this level just for the cool things it has going on. Yeah. So I did... One thing I got from PAX was I brought back a brand new keyboard. I did manage to acquire one, a nice Logitech one in my travels. And I thought I'd give it one last chance before I swapped out. Because I've been using a Mac one for a while now, and God damn it, I hate the Mac keyboard. The Mac keyboard's horrible. I had a Ducky one for a while, and then I spilled beer on it and broke some of the keys on it. And I figured it just needed drying out, but then it kept sticking and stuff didn't quite work. And I was like, maybe if I leave it, it'll be alright. And it just kind of never did quite work. And I really hated the Mac one, so I wanted rid of it. So I've now got this Logitech one. I came home fully prepared to swap out that out. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to be using a Logitech one from now on, I guess. This is the future of my keyboard experience. So there was that, and then I was like, I'll give my Ducky one last chance, because I love the Ducky keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard. I bought it explicitly because I wanted a really high quality, well-built mechanical keyboard. Instead, that was the key I was talking about. I didn't even bother to elaborate. I imagine most old hands will be familiar with that. I pointed that one out like 3 or 4 times by now. It's not too much of a secret anymore. But yeah. Anybody who's never seen that before, there you go. Free loot, extra loot in this level. That's how you get it. You shoot a switch. So I came home fully prepared to swap that out, and I thought, I'll give the Ducky one last chance. I shall test it and use it, and all the keys seem to be working. Oh, so it is in fully working order? I think it is. I've been using it all day now, I've been playing games with it, I've been walking around. I mean, it was the ASD-F keys that didn't work. And, you know, having ASD are keys that are pretty important to gaming, honestly. When one tends to move around a lot with WASD, having, you know, 75% of those keys not work, kind of a problem. So they kind of work now, and like I said, I've been playing a bit of Sky Saga this afternoon. Now I'm playing Spiral Knights, and I seem to be able to walk around at my leisure and have no issues. I mean, it's kind of worked intermittently in the past. When I've thought it has worked, it's kind of within like half an hour or so, it's stopped working again. And this one has stayed working today, so call me cautiously optimistic about the state of it. I may not need to use the Logitech one, which is okay, because the Logitech one actually isn't a mechanical one. It's got a lot of flashy bells and whistles on it, and it looks very, very pretty, but the Ducky one is a really, really well-built, high-quality mechanical keyboard, and I like that. So I will probably stick with... If this continues to work, I will stick with the Ducky. Failing that, I guess we're going over to the Logitech. If this breaks down again, I'm just going to swap out the Logitech. It's just going to be like, that's it, fine. I'm going to use a keyboard that will continue to work. I mean, in reality, what I should do is just find some sort of vendor that can actually repair these kind of keyboards and say, hey, look, keys are sticking, can you fix it? But I am a cheapskate, what can I say? So, yeah. I should stress I got the Logitech thing for free, so it's not like that. It's not like I've gone and bought a Logitech one specifically to replace the Ducky, because if I was looking for a replacement, buying another Ducky would actually be cheaper than buying that Logitech one. So yeah, probably, given a choice of keyboards, I would never be looking at those high-end gaming keyboards for any reason, really. But when there's one on the table that is sat there going, hey, do you want a free keyboard? Well, yeah, okay, I won't say no. I can fit that in my suitcase. Sure. Alright. So, yes, state of keyboards restored, which means all my keys will be loud and clickety-clackety because mechanical, so that's a thing going forward. Sorry, there's not much I'm going to do about it. I put rubber dampeners on them, it's as quiet as it's ever going to get. It's still kind of clickety-clackety, so, yeah, I like it. I like it, I'm not likely to swap it out. If you don't like that, sorry. I'll try to play more games with the gamepad or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. So let's talk about some of the cool things I saw at PAX, other than just acquiring a keyboard. I played a lot of games, I met a lot of developers. There was VA11 Hall A was being exhibited and under a publisher, which honestly I didn't realize Sukaban Games had actually got a publisher for that thing, but I guess they have. So that was Isbrid Games, YSBRYD. I'm not sure whether anyone from Sukaban was actually there, because they're from... Jeez, I forget where those guys are from. No, it's gone. I forget where those guys are from, but it is not from the Americas. Well, it might be the Americas, but it's not from America, as in USA. I think they might be somewhere in South America that they're from, which is why I say they might be from the Americas, but just don't quote me on anything. Just generally, in life, don't quote me on anything. Yeah. So they were not there, but someone I follow on Twitter, Cassandra Core, who I knew from some games journalism stuff. I guess she's moved more into writing now, and it would seem doing a spot of work with a publisher now. Which is strange, but okay. I guess people move around within the industry, so I followed her for her journalism stuff, and now she is doing stuff with that. She was the one who, because I followed her on Twitter, she first started talking about Valhalla, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds like the best concept for a game ever. And it kind of is. So, if you've not watched the prologue series on my channel, go watch that. It's like three, maybe 4 videos. I can't remember how many I did. Visual novel-ish stuff, but really cool, really fun. And this is more of the same. I know they had hoped to launch the game by now, and it's not yet done, but it seems to be shaping up pretty cool, so I was really keen to play that. And they had a secret ending, which had a cybernetic corgi, which made references to Metal Gear Solid, hence the nickname that they gave it, which was Metal Gear Corgi. And then they gave out Metal Gear Corgi pins to everybody who came by the booth. Well, I believe the challenge they initially set was, oh, if you can unlock Metal Gear Corgi, you can have a Metal Gear Corgi pin. And honestly, people just seem to be walking by and taking them, so... I did go and get Metal Gear Corgi, though. Okay, it is Beasties. So, I did earn the pin, but everybody else was just like, yoink, free Corgi pin. I was like, hey, you're supposed to play the game to get that. I played the game twice. I played once and got the boring ending, and then got the cool ending. Actually, to be fair, there isn't a boring ending. They're both quite cool endings. One's just really weird, kind of a twist. What I would describe as the boring ending, as in not the cybernetic corgi ending, is kind of a twist ending, and then the cybernetic corgi ending is just business as usual within the cyberpunk dystopian world, which is just like, hey, I'm gonna go play poker with a corgi. I was like, oh, okay, sure, why not? I guess. I don't know. That game's shaping up to be awesome. Apparently one of the characters you can talk to is a vending machine. A vending machine apparently comes into the bar and you can make drinks for it, I guess? Why does a vending machine need to have drinks made for it? What the hell? That game is going to be awesome. That game is well worth checking out, I think. If you have not played it, go play it. It is on itch.io and you can watch me playing through it on my channel. And it's a really interesting take on the visual novel formula, because normally it's just like, which decision would you like to make? But now there's more to it than that. You can choose whether to give people drinks or not, or if someone asks for a drink, you can make the one they ask for them, or you can, not. You can give them an alcoholic drink or a non-alcoholic drink, or you can, I think those are generally the two decisions one tends to make. And you get different dialogue depending on whether you make the right drinks for them or whether you sort of mess with them a bit by making something else. Or if you just screw up and serve them the wrong thing entirely. So that's kind of a cool way to do it. I like that, looking forward to that. I've got a pile of business cards on my table here, just to try and remind me what the heck I've actually played, because good lord, there was a lot. Played Black Ice, that came recommended by Joe Marabello, the Tower of Guns dev, who I managed to catch up with at PAX. He was like, oh, did you play Black Ice? That's a first-person shooter roguelike kind of thing, and I recommend it, go play it. So I was like, okay, I'll go check that out. That's not Tower of Guns. I don't know, I kind of expected something kind of like Tower of Guns. It's not like Tower of Guns, but nonetheless, it definitely fits the description of a first-person shooter roguelike kind of thing. I'm gonna have to check this out, I think. I think the dev said they would send me a review copy of that one, so I might be able to take a look at that in the near future. Seems to ring a bell. I know, that's another thing I need to remember who actually said, oh yeah, I want you to play my game. Whoops. I don't know whether that captured or not, because I clicked elsewhere and I think the game froze for a moment. Interesting. Sorry, I shall try to keep my mouse inside the window. Keep all hands and mice inside the window at all times. What else got? Oh, Freedom Planet was there. Freedom Planet. I didn't expect Freedom Planet to be there, but they were in fact there because they launched their game, last July, I want to say. Which is, it's been out a little while at this point. So for them to go to a con and say, hey, everybody play our game. And most devs would sort of do it, around launch, leading up to launch, just after launch, or there's some significant part in development, or sometime when maybe they're about to launch a Kickstarter campaign and want attention that way. Usually devs sort of pick an important juncture in the development cycle for them to go, hey, everybody come look at our stuffs. And they're just waited, 8 months after launch to go, hey, look at our stuff. Which seems kind of odd, but I won't complain because it's kind of cool. They were showing off the 4th character talk, which was awesome. They had a playable demo of the first 2 levels that you could go through with Carol and Lilac if you hadn't already played those, so newcomers could go check out the existing characters. No Mila for whatever reason. And Talk. Talk is, well, in terms of his attacks, he is OP as all hell, but they've sort of balanced him by making really low health, so he's kind of a glass cannon. And I had lots of trouble with the bosses just because the bosses kept hitting me and killing me because I didn't have enough health to actually stay alive long enough. But yeah, that's that's the thing. So Talk and the 5th character Spade, I believe, they're aiming to add that to the game. Why would I flip that? They're aiming to add those 2 Freedom Planets before the end of summer, I believe it was they said. So when that happens, I may well revisit that on my channel. I definitely want to play through Talk. I have no idea what Spade's gonna be like, and I don't know. Maybe I should do Mila at some point. I don't know. I feel like I should play through the game as Mila, even if I don't make videos out of it. It's just, I don't know. They had all the voice actors there on the booth as well, so I got to meet all the voice actors and get all their autographs. So yeah, that was cool. I got to fanboy out a bit over that one. Oh, bunch of hearts up there. I want those. Beautiful hearts. So yeah, that was awesome. Getting to meet Dawn Bennett and Jason Lord and all the other names I can't remember. Strife, the developer, was there, and then there were 2 other voice actors. The voices of Syntax and the voices of Talk, and I can't remember the name of the voice actors of those 2 because I'm a terrible, terrible fanboy. I am the worst fanboy. I'm a fanboy who doesn't even know what I'm a fan of. But yeah. So that was cool getting to meet those guys. They seem like a really cool group. They were awesome. So, yay. I don't know what more to say about that other than those guys are just the coolest guys. They are the best. I like those guys a lot. And I hope I would see them in the future. I don't know what their plans are in the future for Freedom Planet and beyond other games. I suspect the voice actors are probably not so much. They had Freedom Planet's Galaxy Trail kind of business cards, but I suspect as voice actors they're probably not tied to the company or anything. I imagine they don't work for Strife. Surely, because as a voice actor, generally one would kind of just be freelance and do work contracts for whatever games are needed. It would be really weird. So sort of, even with big games, they don't have consistent voice actors who do all the things for all of their titles, except, actually, come to think of it, except for super giants who have Logan Cunningham, who seems to do, like, all the things for them. All the things being 2 of those things. So, yeah, I don't know. Logan Cunningham is kind of the exception that proves the rule or something? Maybe. Is there stuff down here? Yeah, let's check the stuff down here. Boop, boop, and a boop. I should probably take a pill, shouldn't I? Probably should. Yeah, let's do that. What else do we find? We found, ooh, Moon Hunters. Moon Hunters was kind of interesting. It's a very pretty pixel art thing, very much, well, the gameplay wasn't reminiscent, but the style was very reminiscent of stuff like Hyper Light Drifter, which is why it got my attention. I was like, ooh, I like the pretty pixel arts. There's a lot of things that are kind of doing the pretty pixel arts, and I'm okay with them. I am very much okay with the pretty pixel arts. There's a lot of things that do pixel art, and then there's once in a while you get things that do like, oh, it's pixel art, but good lord, is it really gorgeous? And Hyper Light Drift is kind of one of those things. And I played something else that I can't remember the name of because I played too many games that had a very similar kind of style, and this is the same kind of thing again, and I clicked outside my window again. I am the worst. I'm rusty. It's been a week, guys. Cut me some slack. I need to get back into the swing of things or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and make excuses for my incompetence. That's what I usually do. Hey, business as usual. I guess things haven't changed too much. So, well, there's a pill that will restock me. I am good. I am good. So that was kind of cool. A bit of a buggy build, but nonetheless, hey, it looks potentially interesting when it's actually out. Dad by the Sword, which kind of, I guess, you know, Joe Mirabello must know, because I saw Joe was talking to that guy for, like, friggin' ages. It's a really accurate, I'd say accurate, it's a really precise, I won't say accurate, I'll say precise, it's a really precise sword fighting thing that's done with the mouse, so it ends up kind of surgeon simulator. You have to click to hold the mouse button, click the mouse button down to begin your swing, and then how you move the mouse determines how you swing it, and it just ends up being really derpy, and intentionally so. It's a surgeon simulator kind of sword fighting thing, so that was entertaining to play, and everybody else seemed to be struggling with it. I decapitated more people than most. It was just a kind of a single player again, I guess. I guess the reason Joe was probably talking to him is because it's a first-person, procedurally generated, randomly composited, roguelite-y kind of thing as well. It gave you random rooms, random enemies, and you go in with a sword and try and hack limbs off. And yeah, you do, depending on how you hit enemies with the sword, you can destroy bits of armor and cut off limbs and heads and things. And that was entertaining. That was an interesting 5 minutes. Most people didn't last much longer than that. I got to like the second, maybe even the third room. A lot of people really struggled with the first room. I think I heard the dev say to someone, it's like, oh, it's impressive if you can even kill one enemy, and then I just ran in and just like slaughtered the first 3 guys, and I was like, hey, what you talking about? This ain't so hard. This ain't so hard. Famous last words. So that's entertaining. That's the thing to look out for. Other things to look out for, in fact things that are already out, One More Line is a single button mobile game that is available on Android and iOS at the moment, and I believe the developer said he would send me a Windows build in EXE so I could actually cover it on the channel. I have been playing this most of the way home on the plane because it's really addictive. It's really super simple. It's like I say, it's a one button game. It's kind of orbital mechanics kind of thing. You just sort of slingshot your way through a gauntlet of things to orbit around. It's really difficult to explain. Trust me when I say it's really compelling and difficult, and it's kind of a high score kind of job, and it's like, how many points can you get running through this endless maze of things that will kill you if you crash into them, and you need to sort of slingshot your way through all of them without dying. I scored 74. He had an offer on, whereas if you could score 100 points in the game, he would pay you $100. He paid out like 100 on the Friday at PAX, 0 on the Saturday. I think he got kind of overconfident there. He was like, I don't have to pay out much money with this offer. This is a good offer. And then like paid out like $400 on the Sunday. So whoopsie. Oh well. I can't help but think that was maybe not the most profitable of PAXs for him. So, I don't know. Either way, I think that's a cool game. That's worth checking out. It is $2. It's free to play, but $2 in-app transaction thing to remove the ads, which seems reasonable. Though it's a pretty decent game for $2. I would gladly drop that on that, I think. So that's cool. Raving Rabbids. Oh, no compounds today. Hooray! No compounds. That is good. What else do I have in my pile of things? I'm running a little short on things, actually, I suspect. I stopped by Volante Design Incorporated. They make the nicest jackets in the world. In the world. Probably. I don't know. They're really cool. They make some really smart, posh, well-made looking things, but they're crazy expensive. They're like long jackets. I won't say trench coat, but just a sort of a long coat kind of thing, inspired by stuff like Assassin's Creed or Dante from Devil May Cry. Dante is Devil May Cry, right? Yeah. I'd have to double check on. I never played either of those games. That was kind of one of the things going through the group. They were like, "Oh, this is inspired by this game," and I'm like, "I've never played that." This is inspired by this game, and I've never played that. And they're like, "Oh, well, that doesn't matter. You just have to like the coach. You don't have to like the game." I was like, "Well, touche. Yeah, okay, I'll grant you that." And I do really like the coats. They brand themselves as superhuman streetwear, which I guess is kind of the idea is that it is a coat that you can wear down the street, but you will look like a goddamn superhero. You look freaking awesome in it, and I can dig that. I can very much dig that. I don't know, my concern with that is that for the price, and they were like, I think they started at like $300? Yeah, that's kind of one of the cheap ones. For $300, I would never pay that much for a coat. I have never paid that much for a coat in my life. But they're really, really nice, and I really, really would like one of those. If anybody wants to gift me one of those as a present, that would be nice. Yeah, send me one of those. I'll send you my measurements. They'll be fine. They had a whole bunch of people there dressed up in the stuff, and it was almost this weird cross between playing dress up and tailoring, which is very strange. You've got these people there who are like, oh, they're trying to size you up and fit you for things, and at the same time, there's very few people in there had any kind of designs on actually buying things. It was the devs, I say devs just because I call everyone devs, the exhibitors, the people who ran it were, they did say, it's like, oh, it's like playing dress up, and I was like, okay, I'm a little old for playing dress up, but I'll call it cosplay. Would be, you're right, okay, yeah, sure. So, yeah, that was, I don't know, that's awkward. I've never been tailored for anything in my life, so it was a little bit of an awkward process. So, but that was cool. They were very cool coats. I would like something. I'm going to have to save up some money before I can ever get anything like that, though. And I need to put some serious consideration into whether I could justify it. Like I say, I wouldn't normally spend that much on a coat, and whether a coat would last me long enough to actually, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to wear it out. That's the thing. If you spend that much on something that's that nice, you're like, I don't want to wear this down the street. The street's dirty, and there are people and things that can damage or scuff or otherwise deteriorate the glamour of my coat. I should not wear my coat. My coat is for special occasions, and then ultimately I've ended up paying $300 for a coat that I'm not going to wear because it's too nice to wear. Which is like, it was fine. If you buy a coat that's like, I've got a couple of coats. I got one coat that cost me like £10 from a charity shop, and it's really nice and cozy and it's awesome. I like it, and I'll wear that. I'll gladly wear that every day, everywhere, because it cost me 10 quid. Who cares? I've got a slightly nicer coat which cost me 40 quid, which I'll wear to work, and I wore to PAX. It's more of a sort of, if I want to look a bit smarter, I will wear it, hence wearing it to work and stuff, because, you know, I don't want to turn up to work looking like a scruff. So if I want to look a bit smarter, I will wear my £40 coat. But when we start getting to the territory of what would essentially be like a £200 coat, yeesh, how fancy does the event have to be that I am going to justify wearing that? By the time I'm going to an event fancy enough to justify wearing it, I don't think it would be a suitable attire for that kind of event. At that point, I need a hand-tailored suit. So I don't know. I can't figure out what I want to do with that one. All I know is I really, really want to wear one in my life. They're pretty. I'm going through pills on this arena. I'm going through pills. I think we're nearly at the end, so yeah. Have I got anything else in my pile? There was, Game Wisp. I got talking to the guys from that very briefly. They were pitching themselves as a gaming YouTuber-specific alternative to Patreon. The features they advertised... Oh, god damn it, Scenario Room. Backfired on me. The features they advertised were nice, actually. The automated service basically to sort of... so that you could make video content sort of exclusive for 3 days. So it's like, oh, if you subscribe on my Game Wisp thing, you'll get all my content 3 days ahead of everyone else, or however long you set it to be. Which is like, oh, that's kind of a neat little feature. I don't know whether I'd want to do that, because a lot of my content is sort of time sensitive. It's like, I want to release this video on launch day for this game. I don't want to release this video and wait for 3 days after launch day, because it's a review. Critique, you know. I've been over that before, and catch-all terms for reviews and whatnot, but yeah, I'm doing critique. It's time sensitive. I want to get that out on launch day, so I don't know whether I'd want to use their service. Also, for the kind of scale we're talking, I think if you're a big YouTuber, you could get away with it a lot more, but on a small scale, the cut of the sort of subscription that they take for somebody who's of my kind of size, it's kind of quite a significant cut of the thing. With Patreon, they kind of end up taking, I forget, I think it's 5 or 10%, generally speaking, across the board, regardless of how much you're earning through Patreon. Whereas Game Wisp, it's $2.50 from every subscription, which means that you couldn't let someone subscribe for less than $2.50 a month, because that is literally how much they will take from it. If you said, oh, pay $3 a month to subscribe to me, you would see 50 cents from that, and they would take $2.50, which is why that doesn't sound appealing to me. But I don't know, they've got some interesting ideas. I'll give them that. I don't think I'll be checking them out anytime soon. So, we have let's see. The Sentenza something I want? It might be. Yes, I'll take that. Cool. Alrighty then. I don't know, I feel like I've seen more stuff, but I can only tell you about the things I grabbed the flyers for, and I haven't grabbed many more flyers. I definitely saw a lot more stuff, and it was awesome, and I don't know, I shall have to marshal my thoughts and keep an eye out for them at the next podcast. Also, Wonderbot from the Strangelands server was talking about, also from the Let's Play subreddit, was talking about getting PAX goers onto the next Let's Play subreddit podcast, so I might be on that. I don't know when and where he records that, but maybe. So I could be talking about that on there as well. So keep an eye out for those things when there will be more PAX talk. But for now, leave me your questions, and normal service will be resumed next week. Next Spiral Spiel, I'll go back to the usual format of talking about interesting and exciting things. So leave me your questions in the comments below, because they help me out a bunch. They will give me things to talk about, and everything will be exciting and wonderful. So thank you very much for watching. I have been Meroka. This has been Spiral Spiel. I will see you next time.